Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today because we are joined by the one, the only just David. The crowd goes wild. Happy Saturday. Happy September. We did it. We got through August. Um, it's hot as fuck in Los Angeles, California. No hotter than on the East Coast. How's life on the East Coast, everyone? I'm in LA. Before we get into not last night, 2 nights ago, RHOC. I don't really want to, we don't have to break down every minute, but there's some stuff about this week's RHOC I want to recap. One scene in particular. Before we get there, and we got a lot of other things going on, I want to talk about. Um, I don't ask for people in Teresa's camp. I don't need to hear from everyone. But like I said, we really actually have a pretty reliable source inside Teresa's camp. And this is what they are now telling me as I'm minding my own business. So apparently, they reach out to me, and of course I ask. So I guess it is my own fault. They reached out with some other bullshit, but I was like, look, how does Teresa feel about RHONJ's rumored return without her? And again, this person tells me things, but they don't really like tell me everything. Like, are they gonna blow up the whole cover? Like, because of course I want to know, is this really true? I'm not sure I believe this, but I did want to know, like, how does Teresa feel about the rumored return without her, and specifically, like, this narrative that is out there, whether it's true or not, that Melissa, Margaret, and Dolores are back and that she's not. Well, according to this person, and we take everything with a grain of salt. According to this person, Teresa is pissed as fuck. Now, I gotta say, she is playing it right, and we are gonna talk about this week's OOC. She is playing it right, right? Like she's was in Mallorca with Louis. They were just with the Queen. I'm being sarcastic, but they were in London sipping tea. She was just in Miami. She did that cover shoot for a magazine. By the way, whether it's Vogue or not, getting a cover of a magazine it's a thing that even if it's not a huge magazine, and I'm not knocking this magazine because I actually think it's new, so more power to them. But just getting a cover of a magazine is a big deal. Like I think people, even if it's a smaller magazine, if it's the cover, you say yes. So that's kind of a big deal. And she just did another magazine. So she's in Miami. The way she's playing it, if she is truly pissed as fuck, which I do believe, this person, because they have no reason to lie for me, because it's someone I've known for a while. She's playing it good, right? So, I mean, so she's been out of the country. And do I believe that Margaret and Dolores and Melissa have tested with the newbies? I do. I do. I do. I do. Do I believe that she is 100% definitely out and that these other three are in? I believe the other three are in. Margaret, Melissa, and Dolores. I believe that. Do I believe that Teresa is really out? Listen, this is how I view it. You know how, like, if you have to get a job and it's like, I mean, who gets a job in like one interview these days? You have to go back week after week. It sometimes drags out for months. Let's not forget I was in charge of recruiting and hiring. So, not that I'm in the market for a job, but the same thing with reality TV. If you're in the mix for the housewives, you go back so many times, they do a home test, it drags out and drags out and drags out. So, imagine you're in the mix for a job you really want and you had a great first interview. You send your thank you notes. Always send your thank you notes, people. And then you're on the second round. And it's like, then you're on the third round and the fourth round. The more you go, and the more positive feedback you get, the more likely it is that you're actually going to get the job, right? But you don't really want to go and spend the $37,000 raise you're about to get. You don't really want to go and like celebrate and, say like, wow, I manage one person now. I'm about to manage 10. By the way, when I was in charge of hiring at Omnicom Advertising, I managed a team of 10. Managing people ain't so great. It's actually the number one reason why I don't want to start a podcast company. Sarah and I talk about this all the time. I could start a podcast company with her, and we could have all these other podcasts that are on other networks not making any money come over underneath us and make us money, but we would make them more than they're making now. I guarantee you that. But then you have to deal with people, and people are going to be happy going from making $1 to $2. But eventually, they're going to say, "Where's the $4?" And it's going to be like, "Bitch, you just got to the $2. Be happy." So managing people ain't all it's cracked up to be. But imagine you're like on the fourth round of the interview and you really want that job. The thought of telling your boss to go fuck himself, but you're trying not to get too excited, right? Or imagine you're on like a 15th date with a guy who's like age appropriate, really cute, not like Dylan Efron cute, but like husband cute, right? And has a great body, like in good shape, not perfect shape, but in good shape. Really nice guy. Doesn't seem like an asshole. Doesn't seem like a player. He's a doctor. Makes like $774,000 a year. You're on like the 15th date, and you're like, this is just too good to be true. Just like the job interview. You don't really want to think about it because you don't really want to jinx it and be disappointed. That's how I feel about these rumors and nastiness that Teresa's not back in New Jersey. I don't want to get too excited. I really don't wish anyone harm or financial harm or like failure in the world. I'm not going to Carl's soft bar. I think Carl's soft bar is the stupidest fucking idea I've ever heard, but I don't wish him failure. I wish him success. Prove me wrong. So basically, I'm trying not to get too excited because I don't wish Teresa lose her job. I just don't want to fucking watch her. I just don't want to watch her. I really don't, you guys. I really don't want her to be there because I just don't want to watch her because it's going to be so boring. Melissa Solo is intriguing to me because we've never seen that. We've never seen RHONJ without Teresa. It's so obvious that's what's going to happen, but maybe not. And so I'm trying not to get too excited. So I'm not sure it's 100% true, but she is out of the country. I mean, she isn't really anymore, but she was, and they really tested. So I'm starting to, I really do believe it. I really do believe it. So, how does she feel about this? Pissed as fuck. And whether she's out or not, the narrative is going forward without her. It's going to be, and this is just the beginning. So, once we're well underway and the filming, and it's all going to be Melissa and Dolores and Margaret. And at first, just like we compared Aaron Leachy and who's the Ramona and who's the Luann, at first we'll all, how is Teresa feeling? And that's the whole point of my conversation here. But eventually, when we film and we air, and eventually Teresa will fade from the narrative. LVP has faded from the Beverly Hills narrative. She's in the news. We still think of her. She has other shows. But really, her interactions with Dorit and Kyle, not stuff we talk about every day. We still think of Nene, but not every day. It's not in that context. So she will fade. You know, I do believe these are true. I know these three tested. I know she was out of the country. Is it possible that we know for a fact Teresa's back and we're just not testing her because it's like a known that she's back and we're actually not bringing back these other three Games of Thrones style, and it's Melissa or Margaret or Dolores or some combination, and those are the three fighting for their lives, and that's why they're testing? Possible, unlikely. So, but I heard she's pissed as fuck. So there's that. Dolores seemingly confirmed that she is back. Now, Marge, we know Miss Margaret Josephs posted in front of this witch picture. Who has a picture of a fucking wicked witch in their house? I mean, grow up, Margaret. Grow up. But to each his own. Let's not criticize David. So she posted in front of the witch picture, "The witch is back." Now, she did just come back from her vacation. She took the little dick guy, Benigno. You know, she paid, of course. She took him on a vacation, put him in her little guy in her pocket. And smallest dick on Bravo, Tom Schwartz and Joe Benigno. So she said the witch is back, seemingly confirming that she knows from the network that she's back on RHONJ season 14. Now, Dolores, Delulu, Delolo, I call her Dull Oris because she's dull, but Dolores has seemingly confirmed as well. Dolores was out and about and posted a picture the other day She has a sweatshirt on and it says, "Welcome back, scumbag." And then she did put something like "buckle up." I forgot what it said, but it said, "Welcome back, scumbag." And then under it, it said, "Buckle up, it's about to get wild." Something to that effect. So seemingly, Dolores Catania, our good friend, has, here it is. "Welcome back, scumbag" is the sweatshirt. And it says, "Welcome back, scumbag. Reps and sets." Looks like she's coming from the gym or something. "Let's buckle up, everyone. Have a good holiday weekend. But first, the gym, and let's have some fun." So, buckle up, everyone. I think she's kind of telling us that she's coming back to RHONJ. Buckle up. It's about to get crazy. And welcome back, scumbag. By the way, Lisa Barlow just made t-shirts out of whatever she told Angie K over their vodka feud. Like, you can't compete if you're whatever it was. It didn't seem like the best sentence to me, but Barlow's already made merch. More power to you, baby gorgeous. I love you. Meredith and Lisa play it so right. That's what you should be doing. Cash in every step of the way. I'm sorry your business failed, Whitney Rose. Cash in every step of the way. I don't know about Lisa's merch, but Dolores, what are you doing? What are you doing here without Teresa? Well, we're about to find out. Make the merch because I would buy a sweatshirt that said "Welcome back, scumbag." As a matter of fact, there's places all over Los Angeles and New York, two of the places I live, where you can go make your own sayings on a sweatshirt. I'm going to go make my own "Welcome back, scumbag" sweatshirt.